I've talked about this several times already, but one of the features that came out with the Pixel 9 series of devices that I ended up liking and using a lot more than I thought I would was Pixel Studio. I love having the ability to incredibly rapidly generate images on my phone to sort of punctuate my messages and things like that, make little social media posts as well. It's like having the perfect emoji for any situation. I can just fully generate an image. But since the very beginning, there has been one really big restriction with Pixel Studio. For whatever reason, maybe they just didn't think we should be tinkering with it just yet. You could not generate anything that had a human, a person, or something similar to a person in it. But that has recently changed. So in this video, we're going to try to put it through its paces and see exactly how well Pixel Studio can now generate people. So as you can see now on the home screen for Pixel Studio, they are advertising that you can generate people, and this is using a sort of 3D style. We're going to click on Create, and we're going to just try pasting this in something I just now wrote. We're not actually suggesting a style. It's under freestyle, so in theory, I think this is going to make what it thinks is a fairly realistic looking image. And you can see I've clicked on the check mark. This is happening in real time. The image should be done here momentarily. There you go. There is the completed image. And I was attempting to make something that looked a bit like me and a bit like my actual dog. And look, it's relatively close. If we click on that, we can zoom in a little bit. It's not like the highest fidelity image, but I think that that looks pretty good. Let's try this now in a 3D cartoon style, see if we get something that's maybe a bit more of a forgiving style. It's not meant to be photorealistic, so it might end up looking a bit better. I don't know why it chose to give the person an enormous head, but again, it's there. The hand, okay, something's going on there with the hand. Can I zoom in here a little bit? I can. So that is a problem we're going to have to pay attention to when we're generating humans. This is not the best model that Google has for image generation, and so hands are going to be a problem. That one's passable. That one's pretty weird. And as you can see, there are a ton of different styles that you can choose from. This is using the children's book style. And I actually really like the way that this looks. It's given it like a whole background and everything. If we zoom in, do the little hand test, I think that's absolutely passable. Let's go back and we'll scroll through a couple more that we made. This is claymation. I think this is pretty cool as well. And again, I think that it's done a passable job on the hands. So maybe we're just going to have that one really bad example. This is done in an anime style. And again, the hand does look pretty good. That eye looks a little bit weird, but this is, I think, all looking pretty good. Not only can you generate people, apparently it has no problem generating things like Spider-Man, things that are like known licensed characters. Look at that. That is really, really quite good. Now, there is at least one issue that I'm seeing here. That hand, something very odd is going on with that hand. But if you ignore that, looks pretty darn cool. Let's go back and let's make this into, let's go with crochet. Why not? A crochet Spider-Man fighting a crochet octopus. Guys, that's kind of amazing. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here with that arm and hand. It maybe is blending into the body a little bit, but again, those known hand-related problems aside, kind of cool. This one said minimalist style. And if we zoom in, yeah, something very strange is going on with Spider-Man here. But from a distance, it looks pretty cool. I think this very hopeful image that I have generated is also revealing some obvious problems here. So while his face does look quite real, and in this instance, it actually did a pretty good job with the hand, although that one finger, something's going on there, maybe a little bit. A lot of the lettering, so the Lombardi Trophy, the lettering is very, very strange. It almost says Titans, but not quite. The NFL logo is also a little bit strange. So, it's close. At first glance, maybe I lower my glasses and it's kind of blurry. Maybe that looks really good, but then upon further investigation, definitely could use some improvement. But again, guys, we're generating this incredibly, incredibly quickly. That's the thing about Pixel Studio that kind of sets it apart, is that it's happening on device. This is not being sent to the cloud and then returned to me. You can do this exact same thing with Gemini proper using Imagen 3, but this is happening in a data center and then being sent back to you. So it's going to take a little bit longer, and you're going to see this in real time. And here we go. Here is the image. Let's see if it actually did any better. And again, okay, so the Titans logo does look a little bit better. The NFL logo looks a little bit better. It's a bit strange that his hand appears to have one finger in a glove and one not, and maybe those two fingers are kind of blending in a bit together. But I think you can see that this is a better image. But again, in a data center, took a little bit longer. Those are your differences. You do still have one restriction, which is that if you try to get it to generate images of a known celebrity, a person, you're either going to get an error or you're going to get something like that. Let's try changing the style. Will it do a 3D cartoon in this style with a celebrity, a political figure? I'm actually curious. No, it's not even going to let me do that either. So there are still restrictions with this. I don't want you to be abusing this in any sort of way. So they're going to restrict certain requests as well as requests for certain people. One thing that I have noticed is that just using some of their own prompts, we'll see if this happens again, I have run into some errors where it's telling me we can't generate images like that, and it's something that's like, you're suggesting that I make this image, it may not do it again, but it literally just did this. I tried to just regenerate this, and it said it couldn't generate images of celebrities or children. Like, you said I could right here. You actually gave me this prompt. Let me get rid of the in a cartoon style. That might have actually been the problem, that it was trying to generate something realistic. Let's see if that was the issue here. No, it did it absolutely fine there. So it's a little bit strange that maybe you're going to see some of these issues, maybe you're not. That was kind of the thing, was this was supposed to get rid of a lot of those issues where, hey, we can't generate something like that, and maybe it will. Maybe for you that won't be a problem. For me, I've seen it in some weird places still. But again, guys, if you just keep in mind what Pixel Studio is meant to be, it's not meant to be generating these images that should be, you know, like super analyzed and pixel peeped to see every little issue in them, because there are going to be issues. It's meant to be an app where you think of something funny that you want to send to your friends, and you can make that thing very, very quickly and send it to them. And it's a fairly flexible thing, right? You can jump in there and you can make a sticker out of things and do all kinds of cool things with these images. And I think that this does, by and large, make that a better experience, even if you might have a few hiccups here and there. And if you want a better image, use Gemini with Imagen 3. I don't know if that's part of the free Gemini, if you have to have Gemini Advanced for, I don't know. But Gemini is probably still better than using Pixel Studio for generating images. It's just going to be a little bit slower. So guys, there you go. That is how Pixel Studio is now working with this most recent update. The ability to generate people is live. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.